This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, and if you're anything like me, folks, when you hear of an opportunity to pose a question to the Prime Minister and confront him head on, you're going to jump on that opportunity, even with the slim to none chance that you might get anything, because you never know unless you try. Yesterday, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau hosted a town hall Q&A where the members of the audience who wanted to pose a question were encouraged to just raise their hand, and the Prime Minister would randomly select people with their hands up to ask their question. As I'm sure you can imagine, the gymnasium was packed, but luckily I got there early enough to find the perfect seat for a direct line of sight with the Prime Minister to maximize my chances of getting in a question. But within about 5 minutes of taking my seat, I began to get the old stink eye from just about every earpiece wearing thug in there, so I started to think my chances were getting a little slimmer. The nasty looks continued even when making eye contact with the Prime Minister himself, who did a classic double take which would have been gold if I got it on film. But at any rate, as I knew my chances were dwindling, all of a sudden, standing right before me was Canada's Minister of Defence, so I decided I would try to ask him the same question that I was going to pose to Justin. Which, in the shortened version, was going to be, in a nutshell, can you comment on the fact that ISIS is a creation of Western intelligence? And wouldn't you know it, just like our Prime Minister, the Minister of Defence is much more interested in taking selfies than taking a question from a fellow Canadian. Hey, thanks so much. How are you? I just wanted to, a quick question, same one I'm asking Justin, if I can.
Okay, I want to get pictures done first, if you don't mind, right?
Sure.
I could ask you a question. There's someone out of lineup. I'm happy to do that, but can I just get the pictures done, please?
Sure.
Okay,
right,
thanks.
No problem. And of course, after the 4 or 5 people were done taking their selfies, he was finished dealing with the people and didn't answer my question at all, proving he lied directly to my face. But that's okay. I'll let him get away with it this time. Once I returned to my seat, I noticed their internal security team employed their own little tactic to try to stifle my efforts, as a rather heavily set gentleman decided to block the line of sight between me and the Prime Minister for the duration of the event. That's what it's like for me now when I go to these types of events. They seem to have me pegged for some reason. Oh, wait. I guess I did confront him on Bill C-51 and his policies on security, where we engaged in a nice little debate. Oh, and yeah, there is that time I questioned him on whether or not he was ever going to attend Bilderberg meetings, which he didn't seem to like at all. Wait, on second thought, I got him on Bilderberg at that Pride rally as well. And how could I forget? I suppose I did make a couple of documentaries titled The Trudeau Deception and The Trudeau Foundation Exposed, which may have something to do with all the love and attention I was apparently getting from their security team. So yeah, that's how it goes, unfortunately, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. But after all that, I really didn't want to just leave without getting anything. So I decided I would conduct some streeter interviews with some of the attendees to find out their views on the controversial bill that seeks to change the lyrics of Canada's national anthem from "In All Our Sons Command" to "In All of Us Command." Unfortunately, once again, as my luck would have it, once I exited the building and I set up to begin doing interviews, I began to get approached by a number of fans who wanted to meet me and take my picture and interview me for their YouTube channels, so I obliged. And unfortunately, during that time, everyone left, so I only got a couple of interviews out of it, but at any rate, here's what some people had to say. Just a few days ago, it was voted in the House of Senate on a third vote to change the lyrics of the "O Canada" to be more gender inclusive. What are your thoughts on the changing of "O Canada"?
I think it's important to recognize that women do have as much power as men. There isn't also just men and women. There are more genders than that. So I think it is important to recognize not only all thy sons as well as others.
You have to understand that the national anthem in Canada is a super deep indoctrination system, because the kids have to listen into it and stand up every single day. We are Mexicans originally, and in Mexico it's the same, but every Monday only. And she said, if they are going to indoctrinate our kids, I have kids, every day, at least, let's make it right. So I thought it was an interesting point from her. If they're going to do it, yes, it's a distraction, but the change inside the indoctrination, at least is a good one.
So do you think, is that like a positive direction for Canada to go in terms of inclusivity about, do you think that's a good focus for Trudeau?
I think so, yes. I do think there are things that time could be better spent on to, put change in that direction, in that aspect. But I do think it is a good start.
I remember I had to sing the national anthem for hockey games, my graduation ceremony, and a couple other gigs that I went to, and I was told I had to sing in all of our, what did they change it to? Forget, I think
All of our. Yeah.
You're right. I didn't have any offense to it before. I mean, there are some people that see even just how the word human, refers to the man, and there are a lot of different opinions that come with that. But me being a woman, and I fight for women's rights, but I don't take offense to that at all. It wasn't built to be man heavy or anything. It did refer to everyone, as the word human does to all humankind.
So you didn't necessarily feel that it was infringing on anyone's particular gender?
No, I did not. No.
So is it maybe a bit of a waste of the government's time to be doing it?
I do personally.
So that's what happened in a nutshell, folks. I am disappointed that I didn't get anything out of Justin, but at the same time, I'm glad I went, because if you never go and never try, you'll never know what could have been. Maybe I should have pulled a Lee.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you know what? Hang on.
As much as I love seeing that, it's just not in my nature, but kudos to everyone who showed up to these town hall meetings and gave the Prime Minister a piece of their ear. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Brighton, who got up at 3 a.m. to spend the full day helping me on the slim chance that we may get something. He's a go-getter just like me, which is what I like to see, so show him some love and subscribe to his channel. A link will be located in the description below. And as a side note, if you're interested in learning all the tricks of the trade in regards to what I do here at Press for Truth, you can join me for a full-on workshop that I'm going to be teaching in 2 weeks from now in Acapulco, Mexico at the annual Anarchapulco conference. If you go to the ticket section of the website, you'll see they have added a link to my workshop, How to Press for Truth with Dan Dix, on February the 20th. So if you're planning on attending the conference, you will not want to miss this. I'll also have Luke Radowski of We Are Change joining me at the workshop to teach you all of the knowledge he has acquired over the years, so this is a unique opportunity that you won't want to miss. On that note, I hope you appreciate our efforts here to steer the conversation into an area where the mainstream media is not willing to go. I literally lost hundreds of dollars on travel expenses on the ferry rides just to try to question our Prime Minister, and this is precisely why we need help directly from you, the viewers. I have no backing financially. I don't get the kind of funding that the mainstream media gets to work with. It's just me and the odd volunteer trying to do our best, so once again, if you appreciate my efforts at all, please consider making a donation at pressfortruth.ca/donate. A link will be located in the description below. Be sure to share this video if you found the information to be useful, and leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on our feminist Prime Minister and his recent town hall tour. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep fighting the good fight, and stay tuned. We've got more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.